This is a sequel to another video that I've done. I know that I would have released it by now, so just want to come back doing it. Something else I wanted to add on to that video. The title of this video is Connections 2. In that previous video, I talked about how it's not enough just for you to connect with people, whether that's positive or negative. You determine on what you're going to do with that connection. And one of the analogies I wanted to utilize to bring this on home, to show you just how important it is to do something with the connection, whether you're filing it away, like I said, positive or negative. Think about when you plug something into a wall. You're connecting it, right? We'll take a lamp for an example. You plug it in. Is it simply enough that you plug it in? Do you not have to turn on the light? Do you not have to ensure that it's a light bulb in the lamp? Do you have to not make sure that the electric bill is paid? It's not enough to simply plug a lamp into a wall. That's one of the points that I wanted to drive home that I was talking about with my connections video. I just thought that it would help to bring a little bit more clarity to it. And so this video is complete. I'll touch on some of what I said in that other video. What I'm talking about, when you come into contact with the person and sometimes you have those enlightening moments where a light bulb comes on and you're like, hey, yeah, you know what? I just connected with this person. I'm glad to hear or glad to see that I'm not the only one feeling like this with this situation that we connected on. We're in agreement. So it's just like, yeah, I experienced that too. You know, this is what I do, you know, and you're having that jovial moment with the person. What are you doing with that connection? Now, I'm not so much focused on that connection within itself. I'm talking about that light bulb moment coming on. This example is spurred from me going out of town with my wife a year or so back and had a connection with the Uber driver. And the connection that we had, we were talking about family communication, and he shared a lot of the same insights that I placed in my book. And it was really enlightening. I was like, man, this is awesome. But imagine, had I not written that book, imagine we had just somehow stumbled up on that topic of talking about connections. And I had a lot of toxicity going on with relationships with family members. We connected, and I went right back to those relationships. Because remember, I'm not going to see him again. So that's not, I mean, that's a moment in time. But I did have a light bulb come on. It was a connection, nonetheless. What am I doing with that? We connected. I came back home and I still maintained all these toxic relationships. I didn't improve on anything. Nothing that I had control in. Nothing that I, did checks and balances on. Do you get what I'm saying? One of the other things that I touched on when I was talking about connections in that other video, I stated sometimes connections can allow you to enable as well. That was the flip side of that coin. Imagine me connecting with one of those relationships I just got done talking to you about, one that was perhaps toxic, and we have a moment that we connect. We see eye to eye, and it's just like, man, wow, that was really something. And then now I'm going to keep on being in their presence, even though it's 97, 98% of the relationship is bad. I'm letting that one connection enable, where it's really more toxic than it is good. I'm not saying cutting people off. I'm just saying be aware of your connections. What are you doing? What's your purpose? What's your end goal? What are you connecting for? Are you doing anything with the connection, or is it just there? Are you just plugging a lamp into the wall and is it just sitting there? If that was the case, why'd you ever plug the lamp into the wall? Do you not need to be enlightened? Do you not wish to bring some light to the room? What is your purpose behind that connection? That topic of that other video, the title went a little further. It said connections are not enough, something along those lines. They're not. They're not. It's not simply enough for me to connect. There's a reason why you connect with people. This gentleman that I connected with, the Uber driver, when we went out of state, me and my wife, never talked to him again. Wouldn't even recognize him if I saw him. It's still a connection made because I'm able to come back and give this example to you all. It was positive. It had an impact on me. It was something that I chose to do with that connection, to make sure that I'm having follow through on the conversation that him and I had. What are you doing with your connections? Just wanted to come back and touch bases on that. Just felt that Lamp analogy would help bring it home a little further. If you hadn't already, hit the subscribe button. Stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. You all have a good one.